Hey, I'm Dr. Pilet.
And I'm Carrie Pilet.
Hey, welcome back. As we're running the last few minutes of our show, we're going to go through some things that we think are important. We've gotten a lot of folks that ask us or talk to us about this notion in our book we wrote about being a human being rather than a human doing. And the idea that a human doing is a person that's a workaholic. Right. So we're going to talk about 10 of the characteristics that we see in our own professional practice.
Right.
10 of those characteristics we see of professional workaholics. We're going to go through those one at a time, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what drives a person that's a workaholic on and on and on, and then give you some 15 ideas on how we can combat, if you will, that compulsive behavior.
Stop.
But the first thing we're going to talk about is one sign that you are a workaholic is
staying late on the job.
Yeah, staying late on the job.
You got that. Just one last thing. If I spend just 5 minutes, I'll have it all done, and 90 minutes later, you're still there.
I had a friend that said the 40-hour week was just the beginning to the rest of his job. That just set the foundation for all of the responsibilities that he had to carry. And we see folks like that. We have noticed, at least in my professional experience, I've noticed that some people, they get into the routine of wasting a lot of time during the 8-hour day because they know that when everybody's gone, after they're gone, I'll get my job done.
Yeah.
And so once it gets to be around 5 o'clock, they'll put in 2 or 3 hours because now they have the relaxation and the peace, if you will, to get the job done. And we're going to tell you, no, that's not what this is about.
Right.
Number 2, never getting the work done. Never getting done working in the home. Never getting done working in the home.
Oh.
We have some people that when they go home from work, that's their second job.
Yeah.
So now they're dishes and laundry, and I've got to cut the grass, I got to wash the car, I've got all these other things to do. So they're off of their job A, but now they're in job B. And job B is my role as a father, my role as a husband, my role and all these responsibilities that I've got to do. I'm a human doing. I got to go, and I don't stop.
You want to hear the extreme one?
Yeah.
Build your own house and then be the contractor to finish it instead of hiring somebody to do the punch list.
Yeah. we had a friend that did that, and ultimately they built their dream home, which became a horror place of business. Right. Because every time they were there, they were arguing about all of the things that were still broken and how could you allow this to happen. Ultimately, the relationship didn't work because of that. Number three, working on weekends. This is kind of hand in hand, especially in the world of contractors, where they work their 40-hour day, and then they go on into the evening because during the summer months it doesn't get dark till 9.
Right.
I can make a lot more money. And oh, by the way, if I work Saturdays, see the cost benefit of all these contractor type construction, type electrical contracting, type plumbing, type roofing jobs are that I make more money if I just keep working. So boundaries are hard to overcome because the person keeps a higher priority on making money and doing jobs rather than calling it quits and going home.
Mm-hmm.
The next one.
Always carrying a briefcase or a book to read. Always having something to do.
I kind of make fun of my guys that always have day planners. I'll ask, I have a friend of mine, I'll say, hey, look, let's go to lunch sometime next week. How about Wednesday? And he says, I don't know, I don't have my day planner with me. What are you talking about? Well, I got a busy life. I said, well, can't you just call me? Well, no, I don't want to commit myself to something that, I had another friend of mine, he would open his briefcase, and when it opened up, there had to be 40 or 50 little sticky notes. Because every time something would occur, or some phone number, or some appointment, he would put a little sticky pad, little sticky note. And he opened the briefcase, and it was just like one of these books that opens up and it has a castle.
They have one. There was that scene on TV. Was that organized?
Oh, that organized? Oh, that was. They were selling one. You're right. Where you put the 140 different things on little pieces of paper.
And sticks to it.
Forgot about that.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Number 5 is rarely absent because of illness or need for a break.
That's because you've become indispensable.
Yeah, you're one of these folks that you're never sick, you're never ill, and when you feel bad, oh no, I'm okay, I'll make it. I think it's okay to have a blue day. I think it's okay to have a day where I've worked so hard, I don't feel quite right, so guess what? I'm going to go ahead and stick it out, calm down my day, take an aspirin, take some ibuprofen, and just let my body reset. If you're not feeling good, then don't push it. And there are so many people that we know and work with. They'll go to work sick. I can make it because they're workaholic. I've got this goal to accomplish is such a high priority. They just can't see themselves. They feel guilty. They feel so guilty in not being there. The guilt overrides the necessity for feeling good.
That's right. Next is they skip or cut short vacation time.
I had one guy hadn't had a vacation in 5 years. He said, "Doc, what am I going to do if I go on vacation? There'll be nothing left. I'm self-employed." What about the kids? What about the family? They haven't had a vacation either.
That's true. Yeah.
So being able to take a vacation, to take some space, is it really about you, or is it about your family?
Right.
The pictures that we have were scattered around our house. Most of them were taken when we were on vacation. And I'm one of these guys that I can vacation easily a week, a month if I had it, because I just enjoy getting away that much. But, what do you realize that vacation is about time that we reset our minds, that we renew ourselves to get rid of all of the distractions, and we become, if you will, we get re-in-touched. We re-in-touch ourselves. We reinitiate ourselves in the relationships with our children.
Yep. Yep. No, next, they're always busy.
Yeah, there's an expression, if you ever have people working for you and you've got to get something done, always give it to a busy person.
Because they'll get it done. They've always got something going on.
They'll time manage. They'll figure out how to squeeze something else in their life.
Right.
But busy people tend to be excellent time managers. I've got to give you a sidebar to that. You'd be surprised how many men I've worked with over the years who they were workaholics. They went home and their wife had left them, or their paramour, the partner that they lived with. And they were astonished at how much better they did away from them than with them. And what they didn't realize is that women that have children that are homemakers are excellent time managers. They've figured out how to get the kids to school, how to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner prepared, how to get the clothes, the laundry, how to get the house straight. They are so multitasking. Sometimes when they go on to a new relationship, because my husband was a workaholic,
right?
It's actually much better for them. It's a relief because they've got less to do, not more to do.
That's right. That's right. Next, the eat fast.
Eat fast. Time to eat. Shout out.
That's the relaxation for today.
Yeah.
We'll slurp it down and let's move on. Next.
In a lot of European countries, the meal is an event, and the event is not eating as much as joining yourself in pleasant conversation for the Epicurean delight, the palate, if you will, to enjoy the experience. I was astonished, and those of the listeners that have lived in Germany and know that it's quite interesting that along the Autobahn are some 5-star restaurants, and people are driving along the Autobahn between cities like Stuttgart and Munich and Frankfurt, etc. And they actually go out of their way to stop at this exit because on that Autobahn, the off-ramp is to the restaurant, which there are no other streets going into the community. It's just the restaurant is on the Autobahn, and that restaurant is such a it's a rest stop, but it's a rest stop with linen tablecloths and 5-star dining, and people plan their trips so that they can stop along the Autobahn at these wonderful restaurants to enjoy the meal.
Wow.
Yeah. How about number 9?
The reluctance to delegate.
What does that mean to you?
They're not going to let anything out of their grasp.
Why not?
Because you might do it better.
I don't think that's it.
Because you won't get it done.
There you go. I don't delegate because what it's going to look like when I come to look to see what you've done.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be awful. I'm sure it won't be right. I'm sure I'll have to redo it anyway. And I'll sit back and say to myself, why did I let them do it? Because they made a mess.
Yep.
Okay. And then finally, the last is, again, of the 10 signs that your partner is a professional workaholic is they feel responsible to act on every idea that includes change or creativity.
Yeah. They feel a responsibility to act on every idea, and so I think they do it initially from a good heart, probably, but they can't possibly do it all.
It's
but
that
they feel like, oh, it
over-responsibility.
was great. Oh, I can do that. Oh.
Got a new direction to go. Oh, my God, I can't let them do it. Let me go ahead and plow the path in that direction because I certainly can get it done. And I don't know what kind of they may lose an opportunity. They may miss the point. They may make a mistake. So there we go. Those are the 10 reasons, 10 signs that you are a professional workaholic.